You're listening to Off the Stage with your hosts, James Berry and Conor Michael, where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world.
Hello again and welcome back to Off the Stage podcast. With me, James Berry and Conor Michael. We are back once again, as usual, in the fantastic Ice's Pub in Sunderland. We've got two guests, not four this time. So let's just have a good episode. Just wait for the music to stop.
You're so close to nailing the amount of
I never know. Like, I'm trying to properly perfect the time it takes to do the introduction and actually wait for the music to stop, but I can't quite get there yet.
I like the fact that you don't really gig during the weeks or work. You just every day of the week you're playing the intro, trying to write it down. Cat's there going, James, will you just take a break? And no, I need to get the right introduction.
Where'd you get the intro from?
Fiverr, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Fiverr.
Oh yeah, it's a little site you can get people to chuck introductions in, and we
Is
got
that the one where you can pay people to do crazy things?
Yeah. So we got the voiceover done, and then we were talking about we'll just make our own intro, and then James was like, I found one. All right.
It's good stuff, easy.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, should we introduce our guests first?
I'd love to, but I don't know who it is. Who are you?
Well, I'm Ben, and this is Brett.
Yeah.
And we're in a band that doesn't actually have a name, to be fair.
So double B's.
Double B's.
We were in a band. It's called Indigo, but we recently broke up.
Aww.
Yeah, crying. And
You should have a little violin playing thing in there.
All I've got is a.
No, we recently broke up. Not on bad terms or anything. Just I just wanted a new band, and when you texted us a while ago saying come on, it was like we were in Indigo, weren't we? So
yeah,
we were ready to go. We had an Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
We had songs out on Spotify.
We're doing well, honestly.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. No things crashing down.
Sorry.
We're in a new band now, but it's not as if we're going to be doing things slowly. We're going to be doing stuff very soon.
Good.
So yeah, it's not as if we're starting from scratch, but we are.
Yeah.
Cool. So we know who you are. Next question is, what are you drinking? Looks like a luminous yellow.
It does.
A porn star martini cider, which I didn't even know they done cocktail ciders until today.
It's like a craft cider, but it's very nice.
I'll get rinsed for drinking it by whoever's watching, but I don't
Same,
care.
but
it's nice.
You know what? There's some nice ciders going on at the moment.
Do you know, I like a cocktail.
I like a cocktail. I'm not a massive cider fan, but I like a cocktail.
What's your favourite cocktail?
Oh, I'm quite fruity, me. So I do like a good jelly baby. Yeah. I like a jelly baby. They're good. But it's a classic. I love a pina colada.
I was literally about to just say pina colada. I love coconut.
I love a Godfather, me.
Yeah.
It's Jack Daniels and Amaretto.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've had it before.
I love a Godfather, old fashioned. I literally wrote a song about espresso martinis, so that gets an honourable mention.
I've never had a cocktail that has coffee in it, not cock. I said cocktail.
Cocktail, it's
a
in
cocktail
there.
that has coffee in it. I've never had one, didn't know they existed. I'm not too up to date with cocktails, but I want to be. I want to get them down.
They're just expensive, aren't they?
They're expensive.
So we find some that are like 2 for $10.
I want to be into cocktails.
Band ambitions. When you see yourself in 10 years' time, I'm a night out.
I really want to get into cocktails.
Yeah.
I tell you where it's good. I mean, we're obviously at the Ice's Pub. We're always going to advertise this place, but AFK they do.
That's good.
They do a 2 for $5.95 cocktails.
They do fantastic chicken wings,
and they do good chicken wings.
The Wonder Bar, they do quite nice ones.
They do.
They do
cocktails or chicken wings.
Yeah.
Cocktails or chicken wings.
Cocktails.
They do good chicken wings though.
Where?
Yeah.
Wonder Bar.
Yeah. I went there before a match once and I ate the last 42 wings they had.
Last time I got food from there, I got a pizza and it was cremated.
It was
get the chicken wings.
What you drinking anyway?
Would you like to guess?
Is it
it's a new one.
Right.
So last week I had a peanut butter stout and it was lovely.
It sounds nice.
Now this one's a bit rich.
Right, that's like grapefruit. Is it? It's like fruity.
It is fruity.
It's a fruity beer.
It's a Oh, it's a black cherry stout.
Black cherry stout. Yeah, I saw that. I nearly got it, but then I realised it was like 6.7 volume, and I'm driving, so I'm like.
What was that stout that we got on holiday? Well, I got on holiday.
I was talking about it before. It was meant to be banoffee stout, but it just had an absolutely horrific banana-y taste, and it wasn't nice.
Because he's a fucking weirdo, right? So he'll go to these bars, right, that have drinks that you've never heard of before. It doesn't have Foster's, doesn't have Strongbow, none of that. And I said to him, I had all these pale ales and stuff, and I said to him, what's the closest thing to a Guinness? And he says, oh, this, and I get it. It looks exactly like a Guinness, banana flavoured Guinness. It was rancid. Worst thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Guinness.
When he says
flavoured Guinness.
It's a
Flavoured
stout.
Guinness.
stout.
It's a stout, but it's
Basically-
exactly like Guinness.
It's like saying
right.
this is a flavoured Guinness.
Oh,
It's
see,
not.
right, I
Yeah,
thought
you get-
Guinness brought out like a flavoured Guinness.
Oh,
so I was like,
basically
oh,
just
no,
Brett's
fuck
very
no.
There is no
uncultured when
better
it comes to
flavour.
drinks. So when he says weird pubs, he means I'll go to micro pubs a lot.
I like a good micro.
Same.
Nah,
It's like,
but I never know what to get because it's just loads of crap.
You just try stuff.
Eh?
I used to be like, I'm not a big fan of like certain drinks, but every week now I'm like, oh, I'll try something new. And
You know what they should have? They should have a
Drink it out,
dice
Brett.
where you've got the number and you throw the dice, and then just whatever dice it lands on, you get that drink, but you get it 20% off. So it's like a.
I like the idea.
It's a
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
that.
honestly.
or a
it's-
second dice, and you
yeah.
might pay 20% more.
Oh, yeah.
Make it for the last
If you
person,
get-
got a discount.
if you get 2 6s or something, right? No.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, micro pubs. You know. It's,
Good idea.
And finally, what are you on?
I'm on. It's called Mango. It's,
Oh, I
it's
see
basically.
now.
It's. I mean, have a try of it. It's like.
Do you want to try of ours? Yeah, you haven't had it.
Yeah.
Go on then. I mean,
We've both
COVID's
got the
over now,
same,
so.
Oh, we'll pass
Ooh,
the
that
drinks
is
round.
a
COVID
sign.
ended.
A little pass around to the
Swig of
drinks.
this. It's my favourite podcast. This. I haven't drank it. It smells.
That's all right. Well, it's got a bit of an aftertaste, that though.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
lovely
that's-
that.
It's nice though.
That's nice.
That's
as well,
really
to be
lovely
fair.
that, like.
Well, you know.
That's what one you got.
That's a mango. It's basically
Mango
mango and it's
and
got
cider.
loads of O's at the end.
Right.
It's a beer. It's like a mango
Yeah.
flavoured beer.
Welcome to the new podcast. This is where we taste beers.
This isn't about music anymore. It's just about beer.
that one.
Yeah, that's
thing
quite nice.
Is there's going to be like audio listeners? So this does go on YouTube. Do check us out if you haven't yet. But there will be audio viewers. Just listen to us go. That's really
Ooh, that's that.
And I just realised it's going to be on Spotify, isn't it? And all they're going to say is like, "Oh, what's this?"
What's trending right now? James Berry and Conor Michael drinking beer. The best trend.
Anyway, that was a good.
That was a good intro.
I enjoyed that. That was a good segment of the episode, actually.
Yeah. Well, obviously you guys coming on. Message yourself for a promo pin, and we normally do this thing. We put it on Instagram, say what's some questions.
Yeah.
One of the questions I got through is, Brett, do you still eat bone marrow from chicken legs?
Oh, that's done. That's done. Yeah. No, I had this party trick. Well, he doesn't think it's a party trick, but in school, I was able to eat bones.
You did it as like a protein thing for MMA, didn't you?
Yeah, because I done like a few MMA now and then, and
Can I just point out, when he says he ate bones, he snapped them in half and like sucked the marrow out from
I
inside
didn't
of
actually
them.
like.
He didn't
I was
actually
going to
just,
say, I was like,
chow down on a big like
It was a
crunchy
bone marrow,
bone like a
right.
dog.
"Gonna say,
Dog,
how
yeah.
have you still got teeth?" But like that makes more sense.
No, I had to like bite it open though.
Ah,
Like,
yeah, well, that's
chicken leg
still
looks
too.
fine.
I've got some gnashers on it.
Yeah.
Like, no, but I did eat the bone marrow out of it. Yeah, and I later found out that you can't actually just buy bone marrow.
Yeah, no.
You don't have to bite into bones.
Yeah.
That's more fun that way, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Adds a bit of challenge.
Yeah,
You know.
it's it. It's
Brett likes
funny
to,
because,
Brett likes to fight for his meals like a kid.
That's it,
man.
It's funny because Dan, the person who I know brought it in, I'd done it in front of him without announcing it, just in a Mackey's. I think it was a Mackey's, but I just bit into a bone.
Was it not KFC?
When did McDonald's do chicken wings?
It would have been a KFC then
We
actually.
usually did it at KFC.
Yeah, it was in somewhere, but I just bit into a bone. And you just looked at it, it's like, what the fuck?
I used to see you do it in KFC all the time, like.
Anywhere where there's bones.
I usually dip the bone into the gravy and just like suck the gravy. That's
No, I
that's
haven't.
my
I
thing,
haven't
but,
raw,
like,
mate.
it's-
I like my bones raw.
That's a good question. What condiment do you have with your bones? I like gravy. I like raw. I like a bit of marmalade. Mint. Yeah. Well, I was quite intrigued about it. To be fair. We got another one came through, and it was, if someone was to give you £10,000, what's the first thing you do?
Buy a really expensive guitar. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think I'd probably go out and like I'd have a look at a load of like
That'd be me.
the top end
Ford's
like
end.
Fenders and Gibsons and all that kind of thing, and I
Yeah.
would just buy like the nicest one that I could find. Because I love a good guitar.
I couldn't trust myself with a £10,000 guitar. I would.
Oh, I don't think I'd go for a 10 grand guitar. I'd want some of that money for
different
other
ones.
things, but like I'd get a pretty
nice,
expensive one.
Nice one.
Maybe it's like
Still couldn't trust
maybe
myself.
spend £1,000 on the guitar and then
yeah.
My guitars don't last long. I buy a shoe in the last 2 years, put a hole in them, buy another one.
I think my guitar that I used to use in Indigo, but I've been bumped down to bass. So
I got kicked with
the guitar that I use for Indigo, I've had it for years now. It's the first one I ever bought.
Yeah.
And I've just stuck with it. I'll stick with my guitars. I care for them like they're my children.
Same here.
I keep trying them all so that I get attached.
I keep trying to get them to buy other guitars, you'll not have it. Because I'm like an addict. I buy guitars all the time. You've seen me play a few times. I've always got a different guitar.
Normally Stevie's, to be fair, isn't it?
I actually-
I borrow your guitar.
I usually borrow someone's guitar because I can't be asked to bring mine. But if I had that money, recording an album's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Yes. We all know.
Yes.
So I would do that, and then probably the same lines as him buy a nice guitar. But I would do an album, because an album, like a proper one,
That would cost about flipping 10 grand, to be fair. Like
they're
nowadays.
expensive.
but
Like in
then-
a good studio, they're
Then you have to
expensive.
pay 10 grand to promote it after.
Yeah. I'd get a £200 guitar and just do an album.
A £200 guitar.
No, I'd get a more
You
expensive
could do
one.
that anyways, right?
I'd just buy a load of guitar strings.
Be set for
Don't
guitar
understand.
strings for the rest
No,
of
I
your
wouldn't
life.
be. You'll set me for the rest of the week.
Actually, I changed my mind. Actually, fuck paying for an album. I'd buy my own home studio because I can do it yourself.
Yeah, well, that's literally what I was going to say.
Is it?
Along them lines,
Yeah.
I'd invest a lot of money, and it would take you a few years to like properly
Build it up.
learn. Well, it's not just that; just learn how to kind of use the equipment and kind of like get to
Yeah.
know your kind of how to actually, because it's only half the battle a lot of the time. Like the equipment that you use, it's the person behind it who knows how to mix it is half the battle.
Yeah, we found that out.
But
Yeah.
if you've got a home studio and you can just do some mint things, you can send them off easy enough to other people who know what they're doing. You're
Yeah.
still saving yourself a fortune.
Exactly.
And you've got the home studio. You just kind of just imagine the amount of like demos or just songs you can just fancy trying this one out that
Yeah.
you would never do in a studio
That's
because
what
you're
I
a bit
mean,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm always on my, the voice notes on your phone. I'm always on them. But if I had a studio, I'd never. Yeah, I'd get a studio.
Plug the guitar in and just
Yeah.
whack it out.
proper like soundproofed and
It
everything.
wouldn't cost,
so
that
just-
wouldn't cost 10 grand either. That'd be a bit.
to properly soundproof it.
it
It
would
probably
be.
yeah.
That probably would,
it
yeah.
cost
Probably
about
less
like
more than
well,
so.
I mean I've looked into it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like it's just to soundproof it. It's like 5 grand, and that's not even talking about the equipment that you got to buy.
Yeah.
True.
But 10 grand would probably get you a good quality
Yeah.
like studio. This like for bang for buck kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I'd just buy strings.
Yeah,
That would
just
set me for a
strings.
good month.
The way you snap them.
That's
a gig.
like you. You're always snapping strings.
I've snapped one string,
No,
maybe
he hasn't,
two.
lad. He hasn't.
On a bass.
No.
The thing is,
wouldn't
that's
be me.
another thing. With the bass thing, we've done it with Indigo. You might not actually be on bass for all the songs because we do that a lot.
Yeah,
Indigo.
well,
Switch.
the bass player and the lead guitarist will kind of switch and swap depending on what style of guitar we want for the song.
Cool.
So like,
he's quite a meaty guy. When it comes to his music.
yeah.
You
Like,
sound
I mean,
like the kind of guitarist I am, because I was also a bass player. I got relegated to bass.
Yeah.
When we couldn't find a bass player, it's like I'll take the
I mean,
bass.
I'll show you later. You want to see the size of my pick? It is
Excuse
huge.
you.
You're not got it in your pocket.
No, it's on the chair over there.
You want to see this pic?
Honestly,
Oh.
it's ridiculous.
pick.
No, do you know the Dragonheart ones? The ones
Yeah,
that made
I've
out
seen
of wood.
Dragonheart,
yeah.
Thick.
Yeah.
Huge.
Should we tell him about when I ate one?
Yeah, he ate one of my picks.
Of course he did, he's bones.
No, we were round his house having some drinks and that.
No, it wasn't just that.
What?
I don't know if I'm about to say, but there.
You were recreationally.
You've done it in the video.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
so I was.
Well, cutting about, and basically we were very drunk, very high, and he came through in the living room. I was through chatting someone because they were like having a bit of a depressed moment and that. So he came through into the living room by himself. He looked on the table and I'd left me pick down next to a like bar of chocolate, and it was like a brown pick anyways. So he picked it up, put it in his mouth, And then he goes, that doesn't taste very nice. So instead of spitting it out, he just swallowed it whole.
Oh, God.
So then I was like, the next morning I was trying to go home. I was like, I can't find my pick anywhere. Where's it gone? He was like, look, I'll look for it. I'll give you it back later.
Shout out a week
About
later.
like 2 weeks later,
Here's your
I get a call off him. He's like, oh, Ben, I've got some good news and some bad news. So I found your pick, but I found it through an x-ray at the doctor's, and it's all charged by my stomach acid now, so you cannot have it back.
I had like really bad, like, I can't explain it. I wasn't constipated, but I felt like it.
Well,
Like you had
swallowed
it.
plastic.
He said it's got like quite bad indigestion as well. didn't it?
Really bad.
Like
indigestion.
heartburn
and
and
I went, it was just, aye. I'm picking this.
It got like stuck about there, and he'd been getting heartburn, so it was just like stomach acid was coming back up, burning.
It was like thick wood. That's what they are. It was thick wood.
it looks like wood, but it's like
Looks like chocolate.
We do like a
plastic.
bonus part on this episode where we get an X-ray and we go, "What is Brett eating today?" Right? Chicken bones, plectrums, and
So how did you remove it then? How did they get it out? Does it just
Shut
like?
out?
So it just dissolved eventually, like.
It didn't.
It didn't even dissolve.
Actually, it didn't actually get stuck there. It just felt like something was
Oh,
there.
like
it was like proper burned. It was like melted.
No, it didn't actually get stuck there. It just felt like something was
Oh,
there.
I see.
But it's like, nah, I just shut it out.
Oh well, that must have been a tough.
A tough one.
No, do
Yeah.
you know what? It wasn't. Nah. It
I
wasn't.
was just thinking like the corner bit, you know, just like.
No, because what happened was like, what happened is
It's got a point on it as
It
well.
hit-
Yeah, I was gonna say
it hit the ball. It was like and I thought, well, that's not shit. So I had a look. This is pick.
it's been really easy to segue onto which vegetable question.
Yeah.
We're doing that
Yeah.
one
We've got loads of stories there. It's
Honestly, the chaos of this man never
Yeah.
ceases to amaze me.
I'm a weirdo.
Yes.
Yes.
So as a
Wearing a white
weirdo,
pink bandana.
what would your ideal £3 meal deal be? I did this the other day, right? I was really proud of mine. Everyone slandered the shit out of it.
Well, it wasn't my favourite. I mean, I did put. I could give it 8.5 out of 10 out of sympathy, but
I didn't
like,
know you could get a Rustler's burger. I'm like, all right, a burger in there with an iron brew and a Ferrero Rocher packet. I was like, oh, well, listen, everyone -2. So
I feel it. This divides people, but I'm
Go on
quite
then.
boring, eh? Just get a
chicken bones and plectrums.
That's my meal deal. No, I just have I get a chicken meal and sweet corn in
I like a good
refrigerators.
Oh.
Get one of them in an innocent smoothie, depending on how I'm feeling. Which I don't know which smoothie. I could change all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know the names of them. They've got rad names.
Oh yeah, the
innocent smoothies.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's Co-op or Sainsbury's, but like there's a one I get. It's always a wrap, and it's like a hoisin duck.
Oh, it's
Love
a
it.
duck.
Love
Yeah,
it.
that's
I get
the
that,
one.
and
not
then
the-
just like the snack changes depending on what mood I am,
Yeah.
what mood I'm in. But it's usually like either fridge raiders or like some little chicken ball things or something like that, and then bottle of iron brew all the way every
Yes,
time.
good shout.
Always iron brew. I love it.
I rate it.
He's Scottish and he likes to tell
I'm
people.
half Scottish.
So
Yeah,
you only
sorry.
drink half the iron brew.
I only drink
Eat half the Scotch egg.
I drink half the iron brew and then I go to a cup of tea.
So I take it you like stouts.
Yeah.
No, he's just drinking it for a laugh.
Do you like Do you like John Smith?
Never tried it.
Never tried it. Do you like John Smith?
It's not as stout.
No, well,
Is it
It's
not?
bitter.
Is it? Oh well.
I'll have
Yeah.
it. Like if I'm offered it, but I'd not.
Hate it.
I'd not willfully buy it. Like
Never tried it.
It's really nice.
Terrible.
Should try it.
so, it's smooth.
It is. It's nice and smooth.
It's smooth. So, like if you're a bit gassy and stuff, it's a nice alternative. But if I would always pick a Guinness over a John Smith.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
So
I
like.
love a Guinness. That's
So
my favourite pint.
everywhere that does a John Smith's always does a Guinness. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so why when I
Why I get what you mean.
unless I was like really like struggling for money, I'd probably buy a John Smith's. That's like
Because they're really
that-
cheap.
Yeah.
The only time
because it's terrible.
the only time I'll get a John Smith's is when like I don't want to feel really full because a Guinness fills you up. doesn't it? That's when I'll have a
it's
John
like,
Smith's.
it's like
'cause
breakfast in a can. That like
they're not. It's not a stout, but it's similar.
it's similar.
Yeah.
It's like bitter.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I hardly know the differences between them. Most of the time, like bitter.
I like me Guinness, like just not when it's banana.
Yeah.
So before we get to part 2, what's your £3 meal deal?
Well,
You evaded the
see, the
question.
thing is, right. So mine changes all the time. It depends on how I feel. Sometimes I use it for breakfast, but a lot of the time I do get the hoisin duck.
Yeah, I love it. Like
We mentioned if you ever go to the Jude's episode, I mentioned how I accidentally bought the vegan hoisin duck, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever tried. And you know, you gotta watch that episode.
Episode 3.
But I love that. Usually, like to Thai McCoy's crisps or whichever crisps. Usually, sometimes I do get refrigerators though, because it's like value for money, isn't it? Really, like you get a lot for it, and then it's always a Monster energy drink.
What's your thoughts on white and brown bread?
I hate brown bread.
Right now, I'm the same, but all the good sandwiches are always in brown bread. I'm like, I want that one, but it's brown bread. And you have to get
artisan in
the
it. That's the thing. I love a good white bread though.
Yeah,
like,
I don't really care either way. I just like bread in general.
I love a tuna sweet corn sandwich, but they're all in brown bread. I'm like,
I cannot stand tuna. No.
I hate tuna.
Yeah.
It's just, I like fish though, that's weird.
I
hate tuna.
I
You don't
love
like fish?
Like tuna.
My favourite fish, right, they have like just in the supermarket, it's like mackerel in like spicy tomato sauce, you know, on the can. Can't stand it, just mackerel on its own. I hate it. Yeah.
I like getting like the tinned mackerel and like the sauces and that.
Just put it on toast.
Yeah.
White toast.
Honestly, I just sit. I'll go to work and I'm sat in the van at work and I'll just have a tin of it, open it, and just sit there with a fork and eat it.
Eat it off, yeah.
Wow, absolutely lush.
I'm glad I don't share a van with yourself.
Oh, no. The vans, because it's like there's a good like 3 or 4 of will do it, so the vans just absolutely stink to high heaven afterwards. But it's great.
I'm not a massive fan of mackerel, but
I don't usually like mackerel. It's just the one when this is the spicy tomato
just when
sauce.
it's in the sauce.
It's really mint.
Yeah. That was good. Part 1.
I enjoyed that. Part 1.
Yeah.
Take a short break, get a new pint, and we'll be back shortly.
Ta-da.
See you for now.
I'm going to headbutt that one day.
I think I already did in the first half, actually. Nice. Welcome back to part 2.
Hi.
Hello. Now this is the fun part. Now you've got a few questions for us. I don't know what these questions are.
I know, right?
I might know one of the questions actually, because I think it was my wife who gave you the question to ask on your radio interview that you did this morning that you couldn't ask on the radio interview because it was a shag marry avoid.
Yes.
So we're going to try it now.
We'll get there in the end. I got like a little OCD order.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so like you say, you've been listening to a couple of episodes.
I've listened to a few. Yeah.
So we normally part 2. It's just kind of like a chat shit.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, so we normally do Would You Rathers, and we've got one today because it comes through again because we do this frequently enough. That you all right?
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
I got a few questions when I put it on my Snapchat. I've got a few.
Yeah.
No, it's because the battery isn't. I've got very low battery on this, but I've got like a battery thingy, and this just wasn't turned on. So I'm just,
making sure it doesn't derail.
Because those regular listeners will know like how
bad our qualities can be.
How shit I am at technology.
Better than me. But yeah, we put it on.
I have made it a regrettable decision.
Have you had that?
Go on, we'll ask this question. What are you drinking?
Oh no, that's you showed
with the rocket fuel.
What was it called again? Like Cosmic Titan or something?
Yeah, it's Cosmic Titan.
Cosmic Titan. It's 8.2% cider, and it tastes like battery acid.
Yes, I think it is.
Battery acid, look at it.
I mean, viewers, you can see that. It's just it's well, to be fair, it looks like cloudy lemonade. To be fair, but
it's water that they've just like squeezed battery acid into and just stirred it. Well,
Oh well.
Anyway,
I'll learn from my mistakes.
So yeah, on the regular viewers, we get the Instagram questions come through, and they do come as Would You Rathers. So would you rather have the runs during your wedding ceremony or your wedding night?
Ceremony all the way. I'm not having it interrupt.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be less awkward in the ceremony because you're already naked in the wedding night. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I envision wedding night as kind of like your dancing bits. I never got that far into.
Oh no, I was thinking of the wedding night as like once you get back to the hotel room.
That's what I thought. So are you meaning like the ceremony or like the the evening do?
Like the evening do?
We'll do both now.
Yeah.
So it's like the evening do leading into the.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I feel like as well now that's longer to deal with it because the actual ceremony itself doesn't have to be that long.
It doesn't, but all eyes are on you there, aren't they?
True.
Credit on the night time. Everyone's look at her, isn't she great? Yeah,
True.
Fine. I'm done. I'm sitting with a whiskey at the bar.
You're sitting on the toilet, like.
she might not even say yes because she's going. Do you take?
Do you take him?
No,
not in a minute, like.
I think I'd rather have it on the night because you're going to be with your boys, aren't you? It's going to be funny.
I think so. I think if your best man is a really good best man, he'll join in. I won't leave you by yourself. Just all the lads and
I'd rather have it on the night because that would just be, although embarrassing, but it'd be funny.
Not if you're all together.
What?
If you're all together.
Exactly. I suppose it's
you're
on
not
the
returning
night.
your suits anytime
Actually, yeah, I've got to change my mind because now that I think about it, if it's on the night time, it's going to be easier to go to the toilet, isn't it?
Yeah,
if it's at the eves and do, it's so much easier to go to the toilet. You can't just slip out of the ceremony and go to the toilet.
I think when you asked the question, you said the run, so like
it just happens.
You can't.
You're gonna shit yourself.
You're just going to have to go.
Yeah.
But at least you can actually run
can
to a
leave there and
toilet.
then,
You can't just go straight away. You don't have to start.
And do you take your bride if you just give me 5 minutes?
Should we change
I'll be back in a second, mate.
Should we change it? Would you rather shit yourself on the night?
Because when you think about it, like say if it was a ceremony and like, because what you're gonna do if you shit yourself? You're gonna stay there. No, you're gonna bloody run to the toilet.
you're gonna go to the toilet, yeah.
Nobody's gonna know what you're gonna be doing. Like why is he running away?
So he just ran out.
So you, for the rest of your life, the in-laws hate you even more now.
True.
Because they think like you've ruined the bride's success. So
he's really driving the night time home. Like I jumped in too hard. Like
it would be funny if you shut yourself on the night time. And as you run it out, it's trickled down your leg and the bride slips on it.
Oh no! It's built for like a rom-com, isn't it? It's like an Adam Sandler rom-com.
Yeah.
My mates being my mates, so like, Brad and Jay would be going shitting myself in the night.
Oh,
funny.
I think I'm going night.
I would definitely do night.
Yeah, I've changed my night now. It's definitely the night time for me.
It's been a while since we had a full house on the same one.
I know that's. I'm kind of.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cool.
It has to be the night.
So yeah, as James said, I did a radio interview this morning. It was like recorded to go on, and I put an Instagram poll myself. And like, what questions do you want to know? And James's missus Kat put a little shag, marry, avoid, and I was like, I can't put that on public radio, but we can put it on the podcast. And I had
lovely lot get to hear it.
And I had to Google who they were. So shag, marry, avoid. Logan Paul,
Right.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
That's the one. Or Andrew Tate.
Oh. I'm going to avoid Ezra Miller because he's committed multiple crimes of horrendous order.
Yeah. He is.
He's been going on a rampage recently, so I'm going to have to avoid him because I don't want to die.
I didn't Google him enough. What happened?
He's who he
He's
is.
just a knob.
He's the geezer that plays in
not
the
just
Fantastic
an
Beasts.
Yeah, and he's the Flash as well.
He's a Flash eye.
So, but he's basically he's been found like he was in Hawaii. He was like he slapped a woman or something like that, and he's just been an arsehole basically like around.
No, it's like every time you see a headline, it's like a new crime, a new location, and him. And it's like he's like been in Hawaii and like a couple other places. He's committed assault multiple times. I'm pretty sure he's done some public nudity. He's been like just going around on a rampage, being an absolutely horrendous person.
I have to change my answer. I was like, well, he's in the Harry Potter universe. I'll marry him. Well then.
So I remember Logan Paul. Who was the other person? Sorry,
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate. Oh, bloody hell!
Him. Aye.
I'd be fair. I'd avoid him. Like,
Don't know.
he's an absolute arsehole. Put it lightly.
I feel like I'd shag him, just get it out of the way. At the end of the day,
that's a good point actually.
He's the one that I care about the least. He's just a bit of an idiot, really.
Yeah, no, that's true. Actually,
He's like misogynist and that, isn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair,
he's just arrogant.
Arrogant.
and to be
sexist
fair,
and shit, yeah.
marrying Logan Paul, from what I've heard, behind the scenes, he drops the act, and he's actually not a bad person behind the
he
scenes
seems
at all.
to have the arrogant act.
He's pretty funny. He's pretty
It's like
funny, isn't he?
what everyone always says, like he is an act, and behind the scenes he's actually an absolutely lovely person. But then Jake is
I'm
just
convinced he's the same person as Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
It's the same person.
I think I've got mine. So I'd avoid Ezra.
Yeah.
Just because he's a knob. I'd ruin Andrew Tate's day. I'd fuck him up. just to show what it's like to be dominated. Like, you know,
Absolutely
just to like fuck the misogyny out of him. I'd ruin his day.
Absolutely disgrace him. Like, how did it feel?
And I'd
rubbing his face in the pillow.
I'd marry Logan Paul because he's quite funny.
Yeah.
In entertainment, at the end of the day, you know what you want.
Can be funny.
I think he's the most stable one out of them all as well.
probably.
Like,
True.
It's
like
a
mentally
very
stable.
strange lineup when Logan Paul is the lead. It's like the most
the best
stable.
I know.
You know, he's the funniest though because the rest of them aren't funny.
Neither of them
Yeah.
are funny. Like.
What, they're just two dickheads, aren't they?
Yeah, I can't argue with that assessment. Actually,
One's a misogynist, so I'd fuck him.
Just to prove that.
And then one's just a little shit who craves attention, so I'd avoid him.
We just managed to turn it around into a full house twice in a row.
That's.
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not wanting to like change career into being a lawyer or something like that? Because that's some serious like.
We'll just rock up into the courtroom with a pint and sit down with the judge. Right, listen, mate, right, just listen, right.
Tell you what it is.
Tell you this, right.
I'm defending George Ezra Miller, but you know, I didn't give a shit about him, so just
don't pay attention to that. But you want to hear, right? Didn't do any of it, actually. I'm telling you now.
If you want to throw a spanner in the works, you could shag him. He kind of gets what's coming to him. And since he's the Flash, it'll be over like that, so you don't have to worry about it.
I was literally just about to make that joke, he beat us to it then.
That's great minds. No, I think I guess you no, actually, I'd still just like avoid.
I think I'd avoid him just for the simple fact that
them.
Oh, is it? Oh, very sorry. I do apologise. I didn't realise that. I'd avoid them just for the simple fact that the rampage they've been going on, it's just. I feel like it's not long before he commits more serious crimes, and I don't want to be a part of that.
No, you've got to be. You'd be non-stop in the flipping courthouse. You'd be like, "Hi, Jeff," you know, just the policeman kind of thing.
But how do you avoid him if you're like his next target? And he's on that rampage. You spend the rest of the time
if I'm his next
avoiding
target
him.
and I find out, then I'm going to be avoiding him anyways.
Yeah, you will, but he's going to keep going after you. Then at that point, that's like a lifelong avoidance. So you just get it over and done with.
Just get it over and done with. Just shag him once so that he's out of the way. He's traumatised. He's like, oh god, I'm not going after him again.
Problem solved.
Yeah, there you go. He's out of the way.
I've got a question. I got it in from a Snapchat with a girl called Hannah. She said, if you had to pick a band or a solo artist, dead or alive, to tour with, who would it be?
2 hours?
Yeah, band or solo artist, dead or alive, to tour with them. Motorhead.
All the way.
Yeah.
I feel like Lemmy would be
When you say
such
tour,
a great guy.
do you mean you're just on the show or you're supporting them
On
on every
the-
gig?
Like, no, you along with them.
So you watch the show or
you're
you
supporting
perform
them every gig?
You're a band
Because like,
on
look,
the
I'd
road.
love to go along with Queen, but my music's not going to fit Queen.
I'll say support then. Like,
Support.
just go on tour with them, drink with them, and party with them.
I'm bass. Everyone knows mine's Ed Sheeran. But my music links into that. I'm the Luke pedalist. I do the whole singer-songwriter
No,
pop.
I'm saying it isn't like.
But if I was
who's-
just like
Not for,
groupie in them,
not for the music.
Just for
so if I
the
was
good
support
times.
then I have to go that
No, but
way.
I mean, like, for them, as in, like,
You're
not
just-
because you want to get on the stage with them. Who would you want to get hammered with on tour? That's what
question.
I mean.
Yeah.
Totally different question. Because Ed Sheeran's going to be a boring cunt, and I mean...
No,
Sure, I
Ed
don't
Sheeran
know.
does a lot of drinking, you know.
Does he?
Yeah.
He drinks like a trooper, Ed Sheeran.
Alright.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, he's a proper trooper, Ed Sheeran. He drinks.
You see the time my wife seen him at the Cat House in Glasgow, proper moshing to like all the proper like it's like the early noughties. It's like all early noughties like the early noughties like new metal and shit like that. He's proper into that kind of stuff. Obviously, he's just like you can't. Well, I guess it's hard to kind of loop pedal up in Linkin Park in it, but
Yeah.
My answer
When you
is...
could, it would just be very difficult.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
My answer's never changed. It's always been Oasis.
Of course it is.
Not for the music though, just
to have a drink with them.
because it's just mental.
See, for me, it would just be
Well-
Motorhead all the way. Just because I think Lemmy's such a good guy to have a drink with.
I mean, whether people like Oasis or not, or they think they're arrogant, they can fucking drink.
oh yeah,
They can do it right.
Can put it away, like.
Yeah, I mean, like
I don't know if that
if
would
I had to
change.
tour with somebody, I'd it'd be them.
I think one of my favourite stories is it's from Lemmy, and it was like one of the first times that Motorhead were going to do an American tour, and he had to do like a medical checkup before he was allowed to go into America for like his visas and stuff. And basically the doctor did a blood test, went away, tested it for everything, came back, and he just sat down, let out a big deep breath and was like, you should be dead.
Yeah.
He was like, he literally said like, if we took like a syringe of your blood out and put it into a normal person, they would just drop dead on the spot because of the amount of
shit
he had in his system. So I think they would just be good. But then I spoke to someone before who managed to actually have a conversation with them, like one of my dad's mates. He was on a plane going somewhere, I can't remember where he was going, but he got upgraded to first class for whatever reason. And he was sat down next to this bloke, and the bloke was like, oh yeah, I'm crew on this tour at the minute. And he goes, oh, is it anyone I might have heard of? He goes, yeah, it's Motorhead. He goes, eh? And he was like, yeah, Motorhead, Lemmy's just over there. And he turned around and Lemmy was just sat there with a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand on the plane. And he was like, oh, get in. And he just sat and chatted to them for the whole plane, got loads of like free merch and all that.
It would be fucking class with doing it with Motorhead.
Oh, it would. Like.
But I feel like Oasis are Northern lads. And I'm a Northern lad.
There's a connection.
There's an
quite
argument.
northern to us.
There's an argument, but like
still.
Back then though, they were like, you know, you've seen the Gallagher's, the way they speak and stuff, the way they go on, they're pretty northern.
There's a connection there, isn't there?
There is. Like, they probably had the same upbringing as like us. That's why I wouldn't.
Motorhead's from, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I can't remember where
that's the only thing that puts us off going on, like, you know, like a big American artist is like they're not gonna be like.
Yeah,
it's me.
I feel like an American artist, you could just teach them how to drink. Unless it's like Motley Crue. Unless it's like Motley Crue, and then it's like...
I could pick another one, like Arctic Monkeys. They probably had the same upbringing as like any other.
Well, that's the thing. That's what you got to think about, though, isn't it? It's like, if it's an American artist, you're going to be almost out of touch with them.
Very out of touch.
There's a very big like cultural difference. Basically, like you're going to be going out on the drink every night. As a drinking as a British person, and their drinking culture is just completely different.
My second option is Lewis Capaldi. Like,
apparently he's proper going off the rails at the minute. I don't know what it is, but I just
heard his fucking music. Of course he is.
I heard something the other day that was like he's proper going off the rails at the minute. I don't know the specifics of it, but I just heard the other day someone was like, oh yeah, he's probably gone off the rails recently. You know. I don't know what's going on.
He's so funny though.
He is.
He could honestly be a stand-up comedian.
Well, that's my thing. Like, I wouldn't be too fussed on the drinking side of things. Like, I'm an absolute boring fucker. I don't do a lot of the social life.
Yeah.
But if I was on tour with somebody, it would be someone that had like mint crack. Or like Slash. Like, imagine the stories you're gonna get tell. They'd be like,
are you seeing his Instagram?
No.
Oh, so strange. Look at Slash's Instagram.
He just posts shit. He's one. Get the Instagram. He just posts some shite.
You see Tommy Lee's Instagram?
Oh,
I'm not going to imagine.
He just took a picture of his knob.
The other day he just posted a photo like that, fully naked, and posted it on Instagram, Facebook. He hasn't taken it off Twitter yet. I don't think. I was reading something and it was like he's put it on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and he's taken it off the first two, and I was like, has he left it up on Twitter?
To be fair, it's probably been removed.
But I don't know, like Twitter's rules are pretty lenient.
Twitter's rules are lenient, but Facebook and Instagram they'll not.
It's just been taken off. Like,
he just posts stuff like.
You just post randomest stuff.
For those listening on Spotify, we're looking at Instagram.
And Slash, if you listen,
you just post
get yourself along on the podcast.
So weird.
There won't be a seat, will there?
Is it like weird?
Fucking look at that, man.
We'll tag Slash on this bit.
Just tag it.
If you want to go on off the stage as well, Slash, you're more than welcome. You know. Flying over.
I don't think anyone's ever like confronted him about his Instagram though.
Oh no, he spoke out about it.
Has he?
Because loads of people were asking him. They were like, Slash, who runs your Instagram? So he was like, he went into an interview and he was like, oh mate, I couldn't put anyone through that torture of running that Instagram. I do all of that myself.
I can just imagine. I can just imagine him sat at his coffee table with his big top hat, just looking at.
He just like lounges around the house in his top hat.
Yeah,
he doesn't even go to interviews and just sits in the house.
I can just imagine him sitting there like, that's the one to post.
Yeah, and the millions of people that follow me want to see this.
It's like, Slash, you've got a new album coming out next month. You not want to? No. I want a realistic Homer Simpson.
I want to post an actual succubus.
Nobody posts like low-key porn, like cartoon porn.
Not even low-key. He posts like actual like autographic.
Yeah, he posted like Dracula sucking a tit the other day. Yeah, so it's fucking. I showed you just before. Like, he's tapped.
Do you think he understands that like everyone else can see it?
That's his secret search history.
He does get it.
He's getting on because Slash is getting on now.
He's only in his 50s.
He's just his personal.
Huh? He's only in his 50s.
That's old to me.
It's not that old. It's like he's roughly the same age as my dad.
Well, my mum and dad had me when I was 18, so.
When you were 18?
No, when I wasn't 18. When they were 18.
That must have been a painful birth.
Oh, like Benjamin Button flip there.
So no offence, Brett, you're not exactly a small lad. That would have been a painful birth.
I was speaking to someone the other day. They were like, I said to them, oh yeah, my parents had me at 18, and they straight away without hesitation went, oh, you were an accident, you lad. I was like, yeah, probably.
That's true.
It is.
My mum was 19 when I was born. I'm in the same ship.
My parents were like, I was.
But I wasn't 19. That was the difference.
No, right. I was 18 when my mum and dad gave birth.
So yeah, I wasn't an accident. I was a surprise.
Wasn't a surprise.
Big fucking surprise. Me dad was away in the Navy.
I was. Oh, nice.
He's definitely your dad, yeah?
Are you sure you know that? Paul, I love you, but are you sure?
He was away for 18 months and I was born.
I'm the postman's mate.
Born after 12 of them.
Brett's the milkman's son.
Oh.
The Milkmen. That's the name of your band. There we go.
We are the milkmen now.
Yes, we'll get on that part 3, I think.
Yeah, I think we're right.
Because I was the second, and it was about my parents were like, my dad was a bit older than my mum, but she was like getting on to our 30s sort of thing. So
how does it feel to be planned?
I was planned, me. Yeah. They wanted me.
I mean, we weren't aborted, so we weren't
I'm sorry for the violation. I don't know where that came from. Is this drink? Yeah, blame it on
the. Should call that part 2. Yeah, for the safety of the viewers.
That's ended on a high note.
Sorry.
Right, we will be
see
back
you in a bit
for part 3.
Ta-da!
Oh, that was giggly.
Go. Here's part 3.
Yes.
Off the stage.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Like Ben's still alive.
Just.
Yeah.
Is that touched you, is it?
A little bit.
It's going to say good job they ran out of that.
Do you know what? I haven't even been asking what the percentages mine are.
So
you don't ask.
This
Look
is
at the sign that tells you, Brett.
This is
feeling
like
a bit like.
Is it strong enough for me to not have necked it, unlike some people on this table?
No, that's what I mean. I'm feeling honestly, a bit like.
With it being a cider, when I'm drinking cider, I don't even realise that I'm drinking it.
Just go cider, it's diesel.
I downed that and I'm starting to feel a little bit thingy, so I'm like hesitant with this, so I'm just taking it.
It's a 4.2.
I have no such hesitation.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to part 3.
Yeah.
We've chatted shit.
Yeah.
And part 2. One of the Instagram questions I got is, what is your go-to karaoke song? But as James pointed out, we probably have already had that. So let's alter it a bit. Does anybody remember what their first ever karaoke song was?
I do, because it was literally just last week.
Yeah.
Go on then.
We done Look Back in Anger.
Don't Look Back in Anger. We did a duet together in Cozy Joe's in Newcastle.
Who was Liam? Who was Noel?
Oh no, we just basically he did the first verse and then we both did the chorus and then I did the second verse. But as we got on stage, Mr. Brett forgot that we were going to do that way. So we got through the first chorus, and then he just belted out the second verse with us. So I got no solo.
Lead singers, isn't it?
You could say I was lame because I was swearing a lot and I forgot me shit.
I mean, I kind of gave him the look halfway through. I was like,
what was that?
It's crazy. Look, you lost your glasses.
Oh no, this thing with his glasses.
Was it your glasses came off?
No. It happens all the time, mate.
Viewers, Ben's glasses just fell apart.
His glasses always pop out, right, and I find it so funny. I find it hilarious.
The frame's cracked right there, so the lens just falls out at will.
Honestly, I find it so funny. I do it all the time. No, it was great. I haven't told you this. I've told you.
Oh no.
He ate shit the other day. we were getting out of rehearsals.
Were you at a wedding? We were getting
out of rehearsals, right? And Lewis, the drummer, he has those e-bikes, the electric bikes.
Yeah. It's not just any e-bike. It's not like a proper one. It's just a pedal bike where he's just strapped an electric motor to it.
Okay.
And connected it all up and that.
So Lewis gave him a go on this bike, and me and Jack, the lead guitarist, we were just sat at his car, just chat. I don't know what we were talking about. We were just chatting shit. And then we see him just whiz past with his legs wobbling, just looking in distress.
I'll tell him from the start. Because Lewis just goes, oh yeah, do you want to go on my bike? I was like, yeah, go on then. So I got on and I was thinking it was going to be similar to those the Neuron scooters that you get in the tube.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be like that with a gradual incline and that, but obviously with it being an electric motor, it's just instant torque. So it was just straight away I was setting off at quite a speed. So I was wobbling all over the place, and I was going. I was I wasn't taking my finger off the throttle.
Is this when you said you fell over?
Yeah, look, I've got a big scratch there.
It was just because me and Jack were sat at the car and we're just seeing him.
They just saw me whiz past and wobbling all over the place, and then I just about thought that I had caught it, and then I wobbled once more, hit a curb, and just skidded across the road.
But not just skidded. The bike, he mounted the curb, right? And when he tried to come off the curb, he tried to come off the curb on a bike sideways. So the bike just went like that, and he just hit the floor. It was hard because you know that dust particles came off the floor when he hit the floor. That's how you know it's hard.
Yeah.
And he didn't just hit the floor; he just hit the floor and then skidded across tarmac. It was so fucking funny.
I slid across the tarmac.
Well, I made sure he was alright first, but after that,
no, you didn't. That's not what you're telling him before. You know.
No, honestly, we were in hysterics.
I got off the floor and they were on the floor laughing.
But the thing is, we were all saying to each other, "Oh, we wish we got that on record." But it was on record because Sound Inc., the rehearsal studios, they've got a CCTV camera. I went up there.
Shout out to Sound Inc., by the way.
No, because they wouldn't give it a recording. Because I went up,
good rehearsal studio. You leave them alone.
I went up and I begged them. I was like, "Come on, give her the recording." They were like, "No, it's confidential." I was like, "Come on, we really want to see it."
We'll get it someday.
No, we will. We'll get it.
Oh,
you just see it one day.
You said he ate shit. I was expecting he landed like a dog shit pile or something.
No, he ate shit as in he.
Not how I envisioned it. I thought he landed on like a dog shit pile. And funnier story than it.
Honestly, his skin is probably still there.
Well,
but you haven't seen his leg.
Oh, you can't see my legs. I'm wearing jeans, which is also extremely painful at the minute.
It's sticky.
But as well, it's on one side of me knee, I've just got 3 separate patches where my skin's just been scraped off. And then on the other side of my knee, I've just got this massive bruise where, as I fell off, the bike just collided with my knee. Mid-air.
Just going to let you know in advance that story is going to be clipped for our promotions when we're advertising this.
That's absolutely fine.
What are you going to tighten it? Ben ate shit.
Yeah. Ben didn't eat shit.
Ben's wedding day. No, that was honestly. I got up and I laughed it off. And then I kind of stood and spoke to them for a little bit, and then I was just after about 2 minutes, I was like, right, I'm going to McDonald's. I'll see you next week. I'm off. Bye.
It's one of those things where you look at them, right, and you could see that he was hiding the tears.
I was laughing, but I was laughing, but on the inside, I was like, yeah. It's
I was going to them we won't judge you if you cry. We would have judged you.
You just wanted to see him cry. That's basically that.
We would have laughed. Did you cry? I feel like you cried.
I genuinely didn't,
Did you not?
I wanted to, but I didn't.
You're more man than me.
Is that why your glasses took?
What?
No, his glasses were broken before that.
The way my glasses broke, I was on a night out with my mate, and we got on a bit of a strange conversation, and I was like, yeah, not Brett, it wasn't Brett, it was a different mate. I was like, yeah, mate, you couldn't wrestle me to the floor, I don't reckon. Not expecting that he was actually just going to go for it right there and then. He didn't come up with an argument or anything. He just straight away got us to the floor.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was Kyle. I wasn't going to say his name to, not make him look like a dick, but apparently it's Kyle.
It's Kyle, you dick.
Fuck you, Kyle. But pretty much as soon as I hit the floor, my glasses fell off. And I went, Kyle, my glasses have come off. Didn't stop. I was like, Kyle, my glasses have fell off. He didn't stop. I was like, Kyle, stop! My glasses have come off. He was like, alright, sorry. So then he got up. I was like, chance for that. And then I found out I had landed on my glasses. They had fell off midair and I had landed on them.
Broke them a bit.
And I didn't notice straight away because we were playing pub golf as well. And basically I woke up the next morning, went downstairs, I put my glasses on, I was like, they need to clean. I went to clean them and the lens just fell out. I was like, Kyle, you bastard. And then I went through and he threw up towards the end of the pub golf. And then I went through, I had to go to rehearsal and deal with him for an hour. And 2 hours, sorry. And I went through and looked at my shoes, and when Kyle threw up, he had just thrown up all over my shoes. I was like, now I've got to sit and clean these before I leave that. Just on again.
Do your heads not fall off when that happens? Because I think it's so fucking funny when that happens.
He's explained the story. Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Honestly, it just falls out at the slightest movement.
We should do pub golf again, because when we done it, we're dressed up.
I love pub golf.
And I was Batman.
Yeah, he was Batman. I was one of the Blues Brothers.
But a lot of people thought that he was Bruce Wayne and I was Batman.
A lot of people on your Snapchat, but when we were in person, everyone was going, "Oh, Ben, man, no one's going to know you're the Blues Brother, man. No one's going to know." Every single pub we went to, at least one person knew that I was the Blues Brothers. Yeah. So as well, I had Elwood written across my knuckles and everything.
It was the hat that...
The hat and sunglasses.
Hat and sunglasses, everybody's got it.
Everyone knows.
But if you didn't have the hat and sunglasses, you're just a Donny in a suit. Have you got the photo?
I've got the photo.
Oh, right.
Me and him as Batman and the Blues Brother, and then Amy as a half-arsed alien.
Just send it to us after. I'm sure you'll be able to mid-video just put that on the screen and people can see.
Definitely.
Well, you can show them now.
So if you're streaming this on Spotify, come and watch it on YouTube as well.
It's about 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I get you.
Look in the business.
No, that's absolutely the Blues Brothers. I would have definitely got that.
Everyone knew that. Just no one else who was doing it with me had seen the Blues Brothers before or even heard of them, so they didn't know what I was going for.
I heard of them, I just hadn't seen it.
But I've got your back out if I would have definitely known that was Blues.
See, I like this podcast.
There we go.
Yes. So going back to the first part, what kind of music do you guys play?
Do you know what? I say this all the time. I'm one of my pet peeves of music is genres.
Yeah.
I don't think they exist. Honestly, I don't think they exist. They do to an extent, but
a bit of a Manc accent there, you did.
Did I?
Too much Oasis.
They do to an extent, but I feel like we don't have a genre.
I feel like if you were to put a genre to it, because I usually try to to try and make it easier for people to try and get it. When I try and put a genre to it, it's kind of somewhere between Britpop and grunge, I would say.
Yeah, because I can imagine.
I'd say alternative rock.
Yeah, alternative rock, basically.
So I don't like genres.
You were to describe yourself as a band by a current band, who would you most identify closest to?
We were saying that your dad was saying this. I don't know if it still sticks now, but this was for Indigo, but it's still the same because I write the songs and it's still the same songs. And it's people were saying you like a mix of Nirvana and Oasis.
Yeah, that's where I got somewhere between Britpop and grunge.
And I'm obsessed with Oasis.
Yeah, but then as well with our old keyboard player in Indigo, doesn't count anymore because he's not with the band anymore.
No.
But everyone used to say he looked like the keyboard player from what are they called again? I can't even remember that name now. But
Blur.
It's like the guy.
Was it Blur?
No, it wasn't Blur. I can't remember that name. is a weird name, and it was like a very strange band. But the keyboard player used to stand there in like a suit and just stare the crowd down. And our keyboard player, he did it by accident because he was just very shy. He just kind of stood there still, and everyone just related him to that keyboard player. I'll remember the name at some point, but it was honestly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I've never been like a fan of like having to define yourself as a genre, but at the same time, it's important to do, just for the fact of people. It's people want to know what you sound like.
Yeah.
And that's the way that it's like.
Then again, like the other day, like we've got. Do you know what? I'll use an example. The song that we're about to play, it's a pop song.
It might as well be.
I'd say it's like it's not
Call us sellouts all you want. We don't care.
It's like
nothing wrong with it. Mine comes out on Friday. Well, technically Friday.
The song we're about to play, like we've just told you that we're alternative rock, but not like we don't have a genre. Like
you write a song and you like it and you play it.
Like Panic in the Disco, they always have a different genre.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll play
Foo Fighters are like now. They like every single album. The Foo, in fact, not even every single album with the Foo Fighters. Every song has a different feel with the Foo Fighters. I mean, apart from their most recent album, which was all just death metal. The very last one, Dream Widow, was just all death metal, and I loved it.
You'll get what we mean when we play the song, because the song that we're going to play, I mean, we've got that, but we've also got a song called Medicine, in which I scream.
Yeah, which like that one might as well be a metal song. Like
it's not metal song,
it's closer to grunge than metal, but
it's like the contrast. It's like we haven't got what I mean is we haven't got a genre. Like Runaways is not a
a multi-genre band essentially.
Yeah.
So each song has a specific.
Do you know what? I'm gonna start saying that.
Multi-genre band.
What's it?
Multi-genre band.
Multi-genre band.
That's kind of what I've got. But I've got like I finally got my name back on Spotify. It was a big story about some DJ stole my name.
That's the moment for the clap. That's
mate.
He's
got the same story as us.
I was going to say, I had like some DJ nicked my name on Spotify, and my EP was on their artist profile.
We had exactly the same issue. When we were Indigo, the first single we uploaded, Devil Can't Write No Love Song. You can still find it if you want. It was called. It got put up on like an American band called like Indigo. It went on theirs, and they've got like.
A million.
They've got like 1 million followers or something. So part of it was like, oh shit, it's on the wrong account. And part of it was like, you know what? People are gonna yell. People are gonna yell. For like a day or two, people are gonna yell.
Yeah. It was like 2 days, but it took a while for them to take it off. It was on for quite a while.
It took me about 8 years.
Oh
yes.
See, we messaged them and went, look, sorry for the confusion. It's just, we've got the same name and that.
We actually texted the
because we were actually there. They were there first, so we had no leg to stand on at all.
That was the thing. I was there first. I was the first James Berry on Spotify. Which was even worse.
But then
he was sound about it though.
I think they were sound about it, and then because the keyboard player who I was mentioning before, he was the one that was sorting out all the online stuff, so he just got in touch with. We used DistroKid for as well digital distro. We just got in touch with them, and he sorted it all out. They sorted it all out for us. So.
He got in touch with them, and I texted the artist that got put on. He was sound about it. He was like, it's a good song. He then reported it as well.
Yeah,
he was sound, but I was just sat there, I was thinking, imagine if he was a knob.
Yeah, I think we got quite lucky that he was a nice person.
That's all right.
You know what I mean?
Well, with me, what I did, I basically, it's worked out okay because, it's about kind of the multi-genre thing. Because I do like a lot of like more punky kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got another Spotify for that stuff, and then I've got my stuff that's like more folky rock kind of stuff. I'm almost tempted just to plough everything into like just my James Berry kind of stuff, but I don't know yet. I don't know how important genres are.
I would say do that because like what I was saying before is like multi-genre. We're going to be doing it. We're going to be having rock songs next to fucking Pretty Little Love songs, like.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's better because like when you get an audience, like
people know
it's a more wide.
So it's like when I think a good example of it is I don't know if any of you know Biffy Clyro. Their not their most recent album, but the one before it, because they always do two next to each other. But one of their most recent albums, it was like where it was meant to go from side A to side B when you listen to it on the record. It went from like one of the most punk songs they've ever made called End Of, and then they go straight into like a ballad, like straight away between two songs, like a proper Disney princess ballad.
I mean, whenever I'm in a certain mood for certain music, like if I want to listen to, let's say, Britpop, I'll listen to Oasis. Yeah. If I want to listen to alternative rock, I'll listen to 3 Days Grace. If you're a multi-genre band, people don't have to switch.
Yeah,
you can just, you're the full package. You know what I mean? And you've got all the songs,
and it's easier to market and all, because the problem I've had is the exhaustion of trying to like plug two things, and it's much easier doing your own thing because you can plug it on your personal pages as well. Honestly, the amount of times I've like tried to plug Torn Apart by Lisa is my other thing that I do. The amount of times I've tried to like plug songs from that and just nobody really cares. Well, the people do care, but I don't get as much reaction. But when I've posted the same song from my account as James Berry, and people, I really like that. I don't know if it's like personal, because people know you personally. They don't like
it's
an avatar.
If it's all on one account though, it's like it's all there. Like.
I fucking I might do that actually.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense to do it. I think it's just like
there's the lawyer persuasion coming back.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, she's
making like an EP called Torn Apart by Lisa, and that can be the.
That's actually a really good point.
I just think there's not many bands who really do that. Like there is. Yeah. But like I used to get quite concerned when I'd write a song, and I'd write it and I'd be like, it's not really.
That doesn't sound like me.
It doesn't sound like Indigo.
That's me.
Yeah, but then nearer to the end of it
is me.
Eventually hit a point where we're just like, you know what it is, whatever it is, we just play whatever we want.
If it sounds good, it's cool. Do it, like, because the song "Sunshine Through the Rain," which we're going to play, it's one of the newer songs, isn't it? And it was when I wrote it, I was like, it's not really Indigo, is it? But then I thought, what is Indigo? Like,
but then it kind of turned into one of my favourite songs to play.
I keep saying Indigo. We're not in that band anymore. But during the time, I was like, well, what is Indigo? Indigo's just what we want to play, isn't it?
I mean, it's one of the reasons I love listening to the Foo Fighters so much, because you can go through their whole play. You could go through a whole playlist of Foo Fighters songs,
and that's totally different.
Completely different.
The perfect example, actually, Foo Fighters.
I was devastated when Taylor Hawkins died.
I know. I was sad. That was
because I'm going to the tribute concert they're doing in Wembley. I'm going to see that. My dad somehow managed to get with tickets.
That's mad.
I don't know how he managed it.
Do they know who's going to be playing drums for Foo Fighters?
Oh, they're going to be having like different people come in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like, have you ever seen clips of the? Have you seen the Freddie Mercury tribute before? No. The tribute concert. No. So basically, what it is the whole band stay on stage all night, and they just bring on different artists. They just bring out different artists to play with. So they've got like Paul McCartney, Chris Novoselic.
I'd like to see
the old members of Queen, Rush.
I'd like to see Dave Grohl on the drums.
He will be at some point in the night, I guarantee you.
He wrote he did on his first, I think it was his first couple of albums.
The first
he did everything, didn't he?
I know a lot about the Foo Fighters. So
I'm not going to challenge you on your Foo Fighters knowledge. You've literally got the T-shirts like.
The first album he wrote and recorded every single thing. And then the album company were like, we're quite like that, so he was like, shit, I better get a band together. So he got a band together to do it all, but the drummer for that
couldn't do it, could he?
He couldn't go. So he kept trying in the studio and that. He recorded the whole album, the drummer that they got in, but then he had to move because he lived on the other side of the country to the studio. So no one was talking to him for months. So he got in touch and he was like, so what's going on? And I think he got in touch with who is now the bass player, Nate Mandel, and Nate was just like, have they not spoke to you? Like, have they not told you what's going on? And he was like, no, they've not told us. He goes, Dave's re-recorded every single track, and literally they just re-recorded every track with the drums on as Dave Grohl, and never told them. And then
wouldn't you?
But then he found Taylor Hawkins, and he was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure the way he found Taylor Hawkins
through another band, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't just through another band. It was through a Celine Dion concert.
Was it Alanis? Was it not Alanis? Because he was Alanis Morissette's drummer.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And she was, I mean, Jagged Little Pill at the time was number one. She was huge. And Dave Grohl was just the drummer for Nirvana. That was basically
and
it.
he just went to the gig and he like saw him playing the drums and he was like,
they got on really well.
And he was
That's
like,
the thing,
and then straight away they were just best mates.
Yeah, I'm just laughing because can you just imagine Dave Grohl at Celine Dion?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he likes a bit of Celine Dion as well.
Just imagine him sat in the crowd just singing his heart out.
Oh, of course.
Do you know what?
But my heart will go on.
Do you know what I hope they do for the tribute concert? Taylor Hawkins's son's a really good drummer.
He's coming on.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking class. That I was just about to say I hope they do that.
Because they're getting on as well. They're getting on Roger Taylor from Queen.
Do you know what? I'm more excited about Taylor's son going on than him, even though that is big.
Yeah.
But Taylor's son, it's just it's his son.
I've got some big names going and I'm pretty sure they're still yet to announce quite a few.
Liam's going. He was friends with Taylor, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's
But speaking of names, I think what we'll do is, obviously this will air on Tuesday.
Yes.
On like Wednesday or Thursday, we'll put a poll out and questions, and we'll see if the viewers can pick a name for yourself.
Yeah.
So far, we're calling you the Milkmen.
We don't have a name yet.
They are the Milkmen.
The new band. They need a new name. But do you know what? We'll probably end up going with the Milkmen because it's fucking class.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need a new name.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you don't have any social medias at the minute, do you?
Send them in.
do you want to just
my
say
personal
mine?
ones.
Yeah,
we've got our personal ones that you can tag.
Cool. We'll tag your personal ones in.
Because I mean,
the band tags for music.
The band tag's going to be in with bios anyway.
Yeah.
And I use mine solely for music.
We always tag them when we upload the videos.
If you come up,
James uploads the videos.
If you come up with a name, let us know, and I can edit the YouTube bio, and I can just add later
just
on.
say that
so
it's
If we come up with one in like a week,
Well, even if it's in a month, I can just edit, and then it'll just, if anyone comes back to the podcast, they'll see your new bio. So.
When we're massive and worldwide famous, and people are like, "What was the first podcast they ever went on?" Well, it was these guys right here.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That was Mantra's first podcast as well. Man, we grow seeds.
We're terrible at coming up with names. Like Indigo ended up sitting, but let's be honest, Indigo is not a very good name.
Yeah, I always liked it.
Call yourself Purple. Same thing, but different name.
He absolutely loves it, but the worst name we've ever had was The Bucks.
The Bucks.
The
Bucks. Do you want to tell him how?
It's full of stories. That's a great name.
No, it's got a story.
The way it came up with it is because his uncle used to call him Buck, so it eventually became his nickname in school as well. But we kind of came up with this thing where whenever he had this on and off girlfriend for a while, I'm sorry, I'm going to mention that, but whenever he was with this girlfriend, he would become like this like proper little
saint,
good boy.
Yeah.
So we decided that when he was with her and he was in his good boy phase, he was Brett, and then when he was out on the drink, he was
the
Buck.
Buck.
He was Buck.
So
then we just decided one day that we were going to call the band The Bucks. And originally we were going to do it like the Ramones, where everyone's last name is The Buck, so we're going to have like Bradley Buck, Benny Buck, and all that. It was just like...
See, I think that's fucking class, man.
That was cool.
That is cool. I think that's fucking class.
I just don't like it.
Because you got Bradley Buck, you got Benny Buck, you got Jackie Buck, and you got Louis Buck.
Or is it
the Travelling Wilburys as well did that? The Travelling Wilburys.
The Fratellis did it.
He didn't like the band. That's fucking sick.
Because
I'm going to comment
drummer
that
from the Fratellis has one of my favourite.
When we ask for names, I'm going to comment.
Yeah, Ben. I'm going to. Yeah, he's gonna put the Bucks on the list, and I'll have none of it when it wins.
Like, one of the drummer from the Fratellis has one of my favourite ever stage names. He's called Gravy Fratelli.
Gravy
Fratelli is a drummer. I love it.
That like sounds nice to eat.
Yeah,
gravy fratelli.
Fratelli.
I'd have a gravy fratelli. It's like
it sounds like a good meal, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Anyway, it's been great.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Before we go, I'm going to speak to the viewers, you guys over there in the camera.
You guys.
My single Home will have come out Friday just gone. It's still competing in the charts for physical CD sales, so please buy one before Thursday because that's when the charts ends, and hopefully we can bring an official UK number one here, or potentially a top 10, but I want the UK number one. If you bought a CD, just go stream it. Spotify, iTunes. I've got iTunes for music. Yes, still haven't figured it out for the podcast. We'll get there. But yeah, please go check it out at home. It will have come out Friday gone. CD is still available. Please get as many as you can till Thursday. $2.99 each, and you'll get a bonus track, Land of the Green. I don't know if you were in that song. but I think the other 50% of Elizabethtown might have been. So apologies.
I've been in a lot of, I don't know, I wouldn't even remember if I was, to be fair.
But yeah, if you want anybody to come on our podcast, email us. We are offthestageuk@gmail.com, Facebook and Instagram Off The Stage UK, Twitter Off The Stage 2. We've already had HMV Newcastle messaging us, telling us they want Jack Fox, Sam Thomas and Sam Shields, so we're going to contact them if they want to come on. Mint, if they don't, well, we try. But yeah, let us know anyone you want to come on. This is where we ask for your socials, but you haven't even got a band name yet. So
we've got personal socials.
We will tag their personal socials and stuff.
Do you know what we might potentially be back on as a band in about like in the future?
Yeah, we'll get you
pretty
on.
soon.
Absolutely.
We'll be back on, and then we'll be posting on our own socials about it. So,
what is your current socials for people to find you individually?
Mine's just Brett.Galloway.
_Ben, _Gordon at, obviously in the first place, but yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, this has been cracking, and we'll go listen to you guys sing a song.
Yeah. Well,
thanks very much for
him
coming,
sing a
guys.
song. I'll just be sat in the
Thank
corner
you
playing
very
guitar.
Just dropping your glasses.
Yep.
Before we begin, let me buy you a gin for all the times you've been sinned and all the times you've been binned. You know you didn't want to do all the things that you wanted to do. Why did you stay? Come out and play. Now they say that today is not the day, but I know that the sun shines through the rain. Now they say that today is not the day, but I know that the sun shines through the rain. Let's go for a spin and let's go out on a whim and just take a swing, and they won't say a thing. You know you didn't want to do all the things that you wanted to do. Why did you stay? Come out and play. Now they say that today is not the day, but I know that the sun shines through the rain. Now they say that today is not the day, but I know that the sun shines through the rain. That the sun shines through the rain. That the sun shines through the rain. Through the rain. Through the rain.
Thank you very much.